Hey there, Todd Falcone here in my offices and wanted to take a break. I'm actually right in the middle of a bunch of video production for a lead generation company and doing a bunch of training modules for them. But I had a coaching client earlier this morning, and I wanted to actually address something that I think to some extent is an elephant in the room for a lot of people that are involved in network marketing that prevents them from taking the kind of action that they could be taking and that they really need to be taking in order to be successful. And many of you have probably heard me say this before, but it's certainly either worth reiterating, talking about a little bit more in depth, or for the first time for a lot of people really kind of digging in and looking at that and going, okay, well, maybe we need to work on something here so I can progress myself forward in my network marketing career. You all represent some company, some product or service, and attached to that is a business opportunity that other people can participate in. And here we are, in order for us to build that business, we have to go out and engage people in conversation and interact with people and present our business. And along with all the things that we do by reaching out to people, there's a thing that goes on in our bodies about, like, oh, I don't want to, in a lot of cases, and in fact a lot of cases where I don't want to bug the person, I don't want to be pushy, I don't want my friends to perceive me as using them, I don't want anybody to perceive me as using them for the almighty dollar, or just these thought processes that go on, and oftentimes it puts someone on halt and prevents them from actually doing anything, or at the very, they may do nothing, or they may do very little or very, very sporadic activity, which either way is not going to lead to a tremendous check in network marketing. And it really comes down to, I think, and I've been doing this for an awful long time, like 25 years. I've worked with a lot of people. I've coached, I've done one-on-one paid coaching with probably over 500 different people over the years, so I know the struggles that people go through and the thought processes that take place, and it's very, very important that in order for us, and I say us because I've had to deal with it too, in order for us to be successful, it's to address the elephant in the room and go, okay, let's just put the elephant aside and pop that thing or shrink it down and make it not look so big so I can go build my business here. And it has everything to do with your beliefs about what you're doing. Everything rises and falls on confidence. You guys have heard me say that before. But again, you're out there reaching out to someone about a product and about a business that can in many cases change the quality of their health or their life, or give them some cool benefits that's going to add value to their lives, if it's a service or product, whatever. I mean, I'm not, because there's so many different product categories out there, I'm not going to name every specific one. And then on top of that, there's a business that you can introduce them to. And then here we are about to go make a phone call or about to engage somebody in conversation, but then we don't. And it's like, well, I'm about to make the call, and then I pause, and I don't make the call. Here's the thing I want you to think about. If you are ever struggling with engaging somebody in conversation when you know you want to, but you're just, and then you can't, and you kind of get stuck, and you do everything else but do that, there's something going on. Mostly it has to do with your beliefs around the profession, and in fact, almost all of it has to do with your confidence and your beliefs around the profession, but very important for you to identify specifically what it is. Like, what is the predominant thought or feeling that you have when you're about ready to, but then you pull back and you don't? It's like right in that very moment when you're about ready and then you don't, what's the feeling or the thought that's going on? I would challenge you that if you're stuck at all or a little bit or a lot, and you pause when you know you should be or you want to be, what's going on at that very moment in time? And if you stop for long enough, you can go, well, I'm thinking that this. I don't want to bug him during dinner. I don't want to be perceived as a telemarketer. I don't want to use my friends. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Whatever that is, fill in the blank. And see, you can't really change anything until you're aware of what it is that needs to be worked on or changed. So, this is something that so many people struggle with. And the only way to get through that is to figure out specifically what it is that's troubling you, identify it and get clear with it, and then address it. So, and you'll find likely that it all boils down to your level of belief about something, yourself, having confidence in yourself, the company, the product, services, network marketing in general, entrepreneurship, whatever, a combination of some, if not all of those things. And when you're in a total convicted state, and this is really at the very foundation or the fundamentals of success, and I talk about this on almost every stage that I speak on everywhere, is this word belief. Like, see, here's the thing, if you're really truly operating from a belief state, like there's not one cell in me that disagrees with this thought, or that I get it. I mean, it makes total sense to me. I see it, I believe it. There's no doubt. If there's any doubt that's going on, it's going to take over, and it's going to prevent you from initiating and stay in that mode of being, okay, I'm going to go build this. Because here's the thing, if you're in a complete convicted belief state about network marketing, your company, your products, and the possibilities that exist when you take those things out to people, nothing would stop you. Nothing would stop you. You would be just going, because there would be nothing to stop you, because what would stop you at that point? You're like, oh my gosh, I know that if I take this product out to somebody and give it to somebody and they use it, their life is going to be better as a result of it. Or if they use this service, they're going to have some cool things that are going to be awesome in their life because they're using this service, and it's going to help them save money, save time, do this, that, or the other, whatever it is. There's no loss, in other words. And I know this as well, that anytime I take this business to somebody, if they choose to do something with it, then guess what? It's gonna dramatically and positively change their lives if they choose to do something with it. If they choose not to do something with it, that's not my fault. That's just a choice that they made. But if they choose to do something with it, I know that 100% of the time, with 100% accuracy, that if they choose, they commit, they do something with it, then guess what? It's going to work for them. And that really is that's the way it is, okay? Those people that don't engage, that don't do anything with it, well, of course they're not going to make money. But somebody says, I'm going to commit to it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to stick to it until it happens. It's kind of like it's an impossibility for failure to occur, because a person has created a situation for themselves that the only opportunity, or the only end result is creating success. So what happens, and that's a different mindset than most people have. Most people have, unfortunately, this mindset of like, man, I don't know if it works. I hope it does. I wish it would. And gosh, I don't know. What if I'm calling? And then they get frozen and they don't make the call, or they don't do the meeting, and they don't ultimately do all the things they keep saying that they want to do. So when you get stuck, if you get stuck and you can't move, figure out what it is. Stop. What's the thought? Why am I having that thought? Write it down. Put it in your journal, Write about it. Figure it out, because if you don't get over it, you're never going to grow your business, okay? I'm just telling you, that's the way it is. If you want to live a life of significance in this business, it requires facing some of those demons, for lack of a better term. It's probably an accurate term, those thoughts, those feelings that go on in our head about being good enough and I don't know. And then as soon as you can shift all of that thinking, then all of a sudden everything else opens up to you. So I just want to talk about that a little bit, because I had a long conversation with a coaching client, and it was around the area of belief, and I just thought it'd be worth putting on video again on a blog. So we'll see you soon.